Danielle wakes up first, feeling nature's call. She groans and squints her eyes as the overhead lights blind her for a moment. She grabs for the alarm clock on the end table, but only finds one of the PlayStation 2 controllers. She groans, tosses it aside, and rolls over, blindly reaching again. This time, she grabs the alarm clock and brings it close to her face. 3:15 a.m.
Mariana, wake up! Something's wrong!
What time is it?
Danielle spins the alarm clock towards Mariana. She bolts up. Her own PS2 controller and an empty box of Butterfinger BBs slide to the floor.
Your dad said the ritual would only take a couple hours, right? If they had to start at 8, shouldn't they be done by now?
Yeah?
Danielle reaches for the door, but Mariana stops her.
Wait, your dad said not to leave until he came to get us!
And I'm sure he did earlier. They probably just left us up here when they saw us conked out. They did this to us when they summoned that yokai a couple years ago, remember?
Let's just wait a few more minutes, okay?
Danielle turns off the video game, and the girls sit in silence for 10 more minutes. No one comes for them. Eventually, Danielle starts squirming.
I can't wait much longer. I really gotta pee.
But...
Mariana, chillax. I'm sure everything is fine. Everything has always been fine. But if you're scared, I can go by myself.
No, the Sentinel's first rule is never go into an uncertain situation alone. I'm not letting you go by yourself.
Okay. Last week, your mom taught us what to do in case of a botched summoning. What do we do first?
Step 1, know your target.
Our target is Bloody Mary. She can manipulate objects in our world if they're reflected in the surface she's occupying. Kills people, maybe to keep herself alive? She also can't leave the MirrorRealm that we know of. What's next?
Step 2, know your location.
We're in a giant mansion owned by the Sentinels of Ingress. We're on the 2nd floor in a safe room. The dining room is below us and was converted into a summoning room. There are 2 exits to the summoning room, one in front of the stairs and one to the hallway leading to the kitchen. There's one window on the opposite side of the exits being blocked by the mirror our group was trying to summon Bloody Mary into. What's step 3?
Know the situation.
I don't know.
What do we do if we don't know?
Move to step 4?
Well, that's gather necessary materials to clean up the mess. Is there gonna be a mess?
No. Of course not. Mom's really good with the glaive, and the glaive kills nearly everything it touches. I bet Spencer is cleaning up the mess right now, while everyone is just packing everything else into the cars.
Maybe.
Look, if something has gone wrong, we need to call for backup. There's a phone in the kitchen. We can stay silent until we see a group member or we get to the phone. We need to find the glaive too, just in case.
Okay. I'm scared.
Me too. But we gotta be brave so you can summon your first chupacabra. Ready?
Danielle shuts off the lights. The door creaks open. The 4th step begins. Welcome to another episode of Power Word Crit. We're back with PARCS. We're playing Monster of the Week. My name is Ander, and I will be your keeper of monsters and mysteries today, and we have 3 gratuitous players with us.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. 3
great players, certainly.
I'm Neil, and I'm playing Carlisle Montgomery.
I'm Corrin, and I am playing Danielle Zaleski.
And I'm Ashlyn playing Valerie Tucker, or Val, the science gal.
Does anyone want to give us a recap for a power token?
I shall do it. We started off with a inside look into the MirrorRealm, but everything was reversed. Sorry, I won't actually go into that much detail.
Got us a play-by-play.
2 hours later.
It began with Carlisle being confronted by the paramedic Alice. He eventually escaped into the in-between space inside the mirror realm. Meanwhile, Val was able to trap the paramedic Alice inside of her mirror trap box, but decided that everyone should go to the park's headquarters because that's going to be the best place to have a portal using Val's lab. Back in the mirror realm, Carlisle ran into a couple of Alice's, found a Ferrari, hotwired it with some magic, and left those Alice's. Val got her portal up and running using some of the dust on the chest piece and used that to help attune her portal to the mirror dimension. As Val stepped into the portal along with Helen, Danielle staying behind and keeping an eye on the portal. While all that's happening, Carlisle had paused driving so that he could divine where Joe and or Mariana are located. Woo!
Yay. Good job, friend.
Yay, 2 power tokens.
Let's pick up in the mirror world.
That's me. I got to roll for my magic spell, don't I?
Yes. Set the scene again in the Ferrari where you're at.
Carlisle has stopped the car. It's currently idling. He's pulled out his candles from his little carrying case. He's broken one candle so that a quarter of it breaks off the top. He's broken another one in half, and he's done that a couple of times. And he's set up a compass array with the taller candles towards the back and the shorter candles towards the front so that he can look at it and see the entire spread of where this little compass rose might be set up. Carlisle has carved on each of the candles as much as possible to try and put a boundary on making sure the magic doesn't escape this particular zone, and he's made 2 very much more detailed candles with the names of Joe and Mariana, hoping that the names will convey the point that the flame is supposed to seek.
Maybe there is like 8 of them?
8 or 9 candle wicks that are available to be burned. He used most of his candles to do this.
What is he using to carve them? Does he have like a little penknife or something?
End of a match. They're fairly soft candles.
All right. Well, let's use magic.
I'll take it. That's a 9.
It works imperfectly. You get to choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has. Your effect is you're trying to locate someone.
Yes.
What kind of glitch do you think? Is it weakened, short duration, you take harm, draws attention, or has a problematic side effect?
Boy, originally I thought maybe it's of a short duration, but I like the idea of maybe Carlisle burns his fingers and hands. He's only used magic twice in this space, once to ensure that the mirror gate remained open so he could get the victim through, and once to start a car. So he performs the incantation, lights Joe's candle, holds it up to the makeshift GPS compass he's made, and rather than the flame hopping over to the compass, it bursts in a wide flame, and now all of the candles are just ever so lightly lit, but there's one that's brighter than the others that tells him a direction.
Yeah, you'll take 1 harm there. You may have a little bit of difficulty with fine dexterity for a little bit.
I'll take it.
Okay, the candles flare up. It does leave one of them burning brighter, as the others do settle down to a much more manageable amount. It looks like the one that's at 2 o'clock be the one that's burning brightest.
Since the car's still idling, Carlisle's going to reorient it and drive it in that approximate direction.
Do you gather all your supplies before you leave?
I don't think he left the car, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Oh, okay. I was just curious about like with the candles and stuff. Thought they were like on the ground.
I assumed this was like on the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I follow now.
He set it up like a makeshift occult GPS.
Excellent. I rescind my comment.
There's like a little stable spot like right in front of the touchscreen. Do Ferraris have touchscreens on them?
I don't know. I've never been in a Ferrari.
I'm not rich enough for that.
Comment and tell us. So you have a direction. As you travel the mirror realm, I'm going to have you do a custom move here.
Oh, okay.
Are we in trouble? Andrew's making custom moves.
No, this is part of the game.
Is it though?
It is. It's in the book.
Got it.
Well, the boss says so.
When you navigate the mirror world, roll plus weird, and you can spend any amount of stress for a +1 each. So if you spent 3 stress, you'd get an additional +3 in addition to your weird.
Is it a minimum of 1 stress?
No, you don't have to spend any.
Optional. Okay.
The intent here is that anytime you navigate the mirror world, it's going to be a journey. You're unlikely to be able to just get exactly to where you want to go just by a quick step.
Makes sense.
On a 10+, you'll be able to choose 3 options of the things below it, and on a 7 to 9, you'll be able to choose 1, make progress, find an opportunity, or avoid danger. So on a 10+, you get to choose all of those, or multiples of the make progress. So if you want to just make progress, but don't mind missing some opportunities, and don't mind gathering some attention, you can just focus all of your 3 on, I want to get where I want to go.
I see. Okay.
And I'm open to ideas for other options to add into this list too. I kind of cribbed this from Perilous Wilds from Dungeon World. They have make a perilous journey. We'll probably do a 4 counter clock. So it's got 4 segments on a progress bar. Then each time you make progress, you mark one of those.
Okay.
Unless I decide that you don't know where you're going, it's going to take 6 or something like that. But I think 4 is a baseline or playtesting.
I like it.
Carlisle.
Yeah.
You are navigating the mirror world. Let's have you make your navigation roll. First of all, what is your intent here?
I want to find where Joe is. That is the first candle he lit, which I suppose I should ask. Does it seem to indicate that there is a Joe that Carlisle can find?
Your candle has a pulse of sorts. There is a rhythm to the flicker, and it seems that there is something that it has targeted.
Interesting. Then yeah, Carlisle is headed for Joe as his first priority. That is 10.
Cool.
Ooh.
Start a 4-segment clock. You have 3 options.
Because this is a new move, let's play with it to the fullest. We're going to make 1 progress, avoid danger, and we will find an opportunity with the 3rd one.
You are cruising along in your Ferrari, making good progress through this snow of sorts, which is strange, interesting. You think that maybe it might get caught up in the drifts or whatnot.
Right, yeah.
But it seems to be rolling through without difficulty. It has been a wasteland, almost featureless one.
A flat, empty plain of nothing but white, flat sand.
Very occasionally you'll see these movie sets that seem to be entrances to rooms which are these reflections. Some of them appear to be houses or buildings of sorts. It seems to be that's most of the focus. But one of them appears to be a riverbed.
Interesting.
You find yourself actually seeing a feature that doesn't seem to be a reflection. There is a crossroads.
Like a street curbed in a signpost with directions?
There is a signpost. It looks to be wooden as you're approaching it with your lights on, maybe?
Carlisle will keep the lights on because light is to his advantage.
There are just a handful of shriveled trees about it, and there appears to be a small lump or something that's been covered in snow.
Carlisle's going to slow the car to a stop, drum his fingers on the steering wheel. This feels like such a bad idea. Do me a favor, don't go anywhere. He puts the car into park, pats the dashboard, and steps out of the car to go get a closer look. Is it a singular big round lump?
Basketball-sized.
I don't know why I was thinking slumbering bear covered in dust, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Is it next to the sign?
Yeah, you have come to basically a Y, a fork, and the signpost is between it. There's a couple trees behind it.
This is a traveled space? How bizarre. As we're walking, does it feel like what's under his feet and under the dust is paved, or is it just compacted sand?
With every other step, it is both sandy or crunching snow. It seems to move between the two.
How strange.
But in both cases, it is a compacted thing.
Can we make out any writing? Is there any words or notations or symbols that he recognizes?
The words are very old and very worn, but like everything that you've seen here, they seem to be mirrored. They seem to be reversed, but that's not too hard to read. One of them points to market, and the other one leads to garden.
Well, the only thing missing is a cat with a smile too big.
He'll bend down and brush the dust off of whatever lump is on the ground.
As you brush and brush, you see there's brown and black striped fur.
I spoke too soon. You awake there, friend?
There's a rustle from the furry lump down there, and it perks up as it dusts off the snow, the sand, the powdery things that are on it. You see not a cat, but a raccoon in a waistcoat. It brushes off its nose. What is it? It's what? What did you say?
I was making sure you're all right down there. You were covered in sand.
It sneezes. Yeah. Ugh. Sand's everywhere. It's hard to think with it.
I can see
Can
that.
I help you?
Not really, just kindly stranger trying to perform a kindness. I hate to ask this. You're not late for anything, are you?
No. Oh, maybe. Sat down for a nap for a while, but you know how things are here. I mean, you sleep for a bit, and a little bit turns into a long bit. So probably I was supposed to take a message to the lady, but
A message to a lady. Well, that sounds mildly important. I'm actually out here looking for a friend of mine. And if you happen to know this area, I certainly wouldn't mind a secondary navigator as I go search for him. Maybe I can help make your trip a little shorter.
which way you headed?
Based on the candle, can Carlisle point down one direction or the other?
Looks like your candle is headed towards the market.
I'll communicate this to the little finely dressed raccoon fellow.
Oh, okay, you're out to the market square. I was headed to the garden, honestly. That's where my lady's at. But I should probably get going this way. But if you go to the market, you might be able to find some stuff along the way.
That's what markets are for, as I understand it.
Yeah, but there's nobody there now. Used to be a real nice place, but that was a long time ago.
Right.
How long you been out here?
Can I make a roll to see if Carlisle has a pocket watch?
Is that something that he normally carries?
I hadn't thought about it, but it feels weird enough that he just might.
I think it is possible and likely that you might have a pocket watch.
I'm going to roll for it. If I get 12 on the dice, he has a pocket watch. If it's mid-success, he just has a regular wristwatch. And then otherwise, he doesn't have a timepiece.
Sure.
7. He pulls his wrist out, looks at it, and guesstimates how long he's been in the mirror world according to the wristwatch.
Well, if this is anything to go by, I've been in here for
You've been in here about an hour?
about an hour?
Oh, wow. Newcomer.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, you're in for a lot.
Oh, I know it. I've already met several of the local color, I suppose you might say.
Yeah, there's not much color about.
They tend to take on the color of the things they see, which is equally difficult.
Oh, you run into those. Okay.
Yeah. 3 of them, actually, if you'd believe it.
They're not good. You didn't bring them along.
Well, I don't wish to alarm you, but my trusty vehicle here
Points behind the Ferrari.
left a pretty easy-to-follow trail, so...
He leans out and looks past the car as you point. Oh,
I tell you what, if you want to come with me to the market and make sure I don't run into anything else that might want to eat me or want me dead, we'll drive back around and I'll make sure you get to the garden on time.
Do you want to roll plus charm on that?
Plus charm, must I?
He seems hesitant at a moment of like, I don't know if I want to go with somebody who's actively being pursued by them.
I mean, that's fair. How much do I care?
How much do we love this new raccoon boy?
Let's go for broke. I'm going to spend my last power token.
Good.
Here's the deal. I have a -1 charm, and I have 2 3s. I have to roll a 5 or a 6 for this to work.
Why not?
That's a 1.
Oh.
So no, 6 for a total of 5.
I will say, because you picked avoid danger on this, I won't immediately grab an
Okay.
Alice and drop it
Okay.
here. That was my impulse. So we're going to spend that.
Phew.
He squints at the car, gives it a sniff. The car rumbles in response. He staggers back like, thanks for the offer, but I think I'm going to make it on my way now.
Probably pretty wise. I'll at least make a trail in the other direction so they don't come after you.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Say, friend, before you go, got anything I can call you by if we ever cross paths again?
Call me Tanner.
Tanner. Carlisle.
Nice to meet you. Hopefully I'll see you again sometime.
Hopefully. And if you see anything that looks like me and has arms that's too long, probably not me.
Yeah, okay. If you ever come by the gardens, I don't know you, but it's a safe spot if you need it.
I'll keep it in mind.
He'll put the Ferrari in gear and take off towards the market, following the candle GPS.
As you pull off into the snowy twilight night, Tanner's lost into the darkness, and the crossroad vanishes.
Hey guys, what was that?
You met a crossroads demon.
I don't know. Oh boy.
See you at
Didn't
the
make any deals.
crossroads,
Correct.
lonely.
Carlisle's mind is racing as he drives off into the further nothing.
And with that, let's pass over to our other hunter who's out in the wonderful winter wonderland.
This is anything but a wintry wonderland. Val is going to take a look back at the portal.
Yes, you are standing just outside this portal that is a doorway that you have described. What do the edges of the doorway look like? Was it rectangular or is it an oval?
Oblong oval.
Helen just stepped through after you, looking around for threats. She has her firearm ready. All right, what's the call here?
We need to track where Carlisle went. Danielle gave us his gun and some used Kleenexes. She looks at the crumpled up pieces of tissue in her hands. Ugh, so gross. Let me see if I can finagle something here. She is going to get out her smartphone, realizes she's probably not going to get any reception.
You can use it for all of its built-in functionality, but you have no signal. There are no cell towers in the MirrorRealm. Is Erie local or on the cloud?
That is a question that I had not given thought to.
Ruh-roh.
So let's roll for it.
Sure. Roll 2d6.
7 and above, she's local. 6 below, she is on the cloud. Double ones.
Oh,
she's on
no.
the cloud.
You pull up the command for Erie. You get an error.
Yeah, okay, I figured that was going to be the case. I really need to download a localized version of Erie. Well, I think I've got an app on here that has a way to track things.
We had the gun and the Kleenexes. Were we going to use some part of that, like some magic?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of using my phone as like the medium for. She is going to do some of her weird science stuff.
You know anything you do to the phone is going to void the warranty, right?
The warranty has already been voided.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure she's done a custom job on her phone from day one.
100%. I'm just going to weird science this. When you want to create or adapt a device to analyze or deal with a strange phenomenon, roll plus weird. She has an app that she uses usually to like track her experiments or what have you, and she is going to change the settings so that it uses similar like Bluetooth technology to pick up on the trace elements of the Kleenex and the gun and see if it can locate other such signatures, like bioelectrical signatures, I guess you could say, so that she could pinpoint where other such signatures would pop up on this faux GPS.
Maybe she's got a couple little gadgets that she can attach.
Yeah, she's got little odds and ends. She definitely was able to raid her lab before going in here, so she's got a few supplies, at least like raw material type stuff. So she's jerry-rigged this thing together to act as a beacon to find where other similar signals would pick up.
Let's go ahead and roll some weird science.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Do my dice believe in me? Hey, they just might. That's a 10.
Cool.
Woo! I am going to leave something of mine by the portal so that we can use it to help us track our way back to the portal.
Smart.
I've got a watch that I wear with me all the time. I'm going to leave that watch on the portal.
Helen sees that and like, oh, leaving something from yourself here?
Yeah, do you want to leave anything?
Yeah.
It's got to be something that you've had for at least like a year or so, something that picked up enough of like your bioelectrical signals.
She's going to pull out her ID badge.
That works. You know?
Because you always have to wear it.
Valid.
She takes off the lanyard and puts that next to the portal.
All right. On a 10 plus, I pick a requirement. It needs a rare and or weird material. It won't be very reliable. It requires huge amounts of power or fuel. It'll take a long time to get working. It won't work exactly as intended, or you'll need help beyond the hunters in your team to finish it.
Imagine doesn't work as intended. You turn it on and you get several pings for Carlisle in different directions.
It's fair. It would probably pick up on any location that he's been at. I was hoping to get a live signal, but maybe it doesn't work as I was intending, and so it just picks up any previous location he was at.
Your app gets several pings on it. Seem to be generally in the same direction, but you've got a cluster that you can see like on the edge of your indicator map.
Okay, I might be able to triangulate his location from here, but might be a long shot. You ready, Helen?
I'm ready for this.
And we head into the darkness.
Make yourself a navigation clock. It is going to be a 4-segment clock. Let's have you make that navigation roll.
And I am rolling plus weird.
Are you going to spend any stress for it?
Probably not right now, because I'm already at 2 stress out of my 6. So I'm going to hold on to that until it gets really dicey. Oh, I am in rare form. That is a total of 12.
Great. You get to choose 3 of the options to either make progress, find an opportunity, or avoid danger.
I'm going to be a little boring here. I'm going to make 2 progress and avoid danger.
That's fine. You and Helen set off at a good pace. You settle into a comfortable jog to get through. And it's a little tricky moving through this dusty snow that doesn't seem to hold your footprints for too long. But you are approaching one of the points. Out of the misty darkness, looks like hills and holes, long ditches. Seems to be barbed wire across it.
And this is one of the places that I'm picking up Carlisle's signature?
That's certainly where it's pointing.
Interesting.
You look far to the right and far to the left, and a bit of a small landscape is stretching out in front of you that appears to be the remains of a battlefield.
I'm curious about checking that out. Do you think that's the route we should go, Helen?
I don't see a lot of other options.
We go that way.
As you head in towards this trenched battlefield, we're going to pass over to Danielle. We are back in the real world. What's Danielle up to?
She and Ollie have pushed Becky's and Val's desks together. The chief of security came in with a map and was like, we got to do evacuation sweep.
Yes.
That is our little command center at the moment. Security, the director, and Ollie are to one side getting the evacuation sweep ready to go, sending out the text messages of like, there has been a gas leak, please evacuate.
Okay.
Immediately. Setting up the teams and stuff. And Danielle has been desperately trying to find any soft items to throw over shiny things inside the room.
Looking for sheets, or there's probably a lot of paper around that you can use for that.
Yes, she's going to try to create a government skiff, but against Alice's.
That sounds great. You're able to do that pretty well. You've got resources on hand. You've got the time to do it. And yeah, they're setting up a bit of a command center here. You're certainly one of the people who's got a lot of information, but you've got to be here to keep the portal running. Maybe it doesn't have to be you, but that's who Val trusted.
I gave her my word that I was going to watch over the portal. Can I find some sort of fire smothering blanket? Or I'm sure there's a curtain somewhere upstairs that I can drape over it and turn it towards a dark corner so that if anything comes through, I could sneak up behind it and smack it if I need to.
Is it mobile?
She built it such that it could be moved if needed, because this is not her permanent location. She's just been at this office for the last 6 months. It does need to be hardwired in for power.
Maybe it's on a frame. It's got feet that can like screw down or something like that so that it's stable.
Val forgot to put the felt pads on the bottom of the...
I'm sorry, what's a felt pad?
Even worse.
She is 17 years old. She doesn't know about these things. She cared more about the functionality of her portal than she cared about the aesthetics of moving it.
You're able to maneuver it so it is pointing into the wall.
Yep. Disorient them for just a second to give us a head start.
Sure.
I have also sent Marshall on a food run. He's got to go be my DoorDasher because I am hangry.
He goes out for food, not burritos.
Yeah.
No more burritos.
Not from there, anyway.
It was the only burrito place in the entire town of Gurney.
No, I think there's probably another one around.
It's more known for its tacos. And also, Mariana's not in here because there's no more reflections in here.
Sure.
So I'm feeling kind of lonely.
Director Vance motions you over. Miss Oleski, come over here for a moment.
What can I do for you, sir?
You've got the map there on the tables, they're going over it, and they've sectioned it off into 9 areas that are color-coded, and we've got teams broken up. We've got yellow, blue, orange, purple, green, red, teal, pink, and gray. Teams are composed of some of the local police, PARCS agents, and a security team member. Since you are the expert on the threat here, I want your opinions on this. The current story is that there has been a chemical spill, so we are moving people out of the area to a safe space near the wind farms to the north of town. This is an area that is pretty isolated, doesn't have a lot of built up around there, doesn't have reflective surfaces, but it's got space and shelter.
Great. How are we going to deal with the population when we say, hey, we need your glasses, we need your phones, we need your watches?
That is going into decontamination. The chemical tends to cling to reflective surfaces. Science, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? I think we might be able to keep this under control. We haven't had any further activity.
Danielle's mildly impressed with the director at the moment, but she doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to like this guy.
I appreciate your initiative in sounding the alarm.
I would really, really like if you could put that in my review when Mr. Hayes comes back.
It's noted, yes. Is there anything we should be on the lookout for?
Danielle, in her brain, she's like, oh, I'm such an idiot. I may have backup with more information.
Furrows his brow. Do we have someone else who's encountered these before?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like them, though.
He sighs and folds his arm. Explain.
Technically, they would be classified as cult activity, but they were kind of wiped out 15, 20 years ago, except for a select few. And I may or may not be in contact with some of them who have dealt with Alice's before. Since you're very gung-ho on the rules, what is your opinion on dealing with cults and using cults as information?
They're non-PARCS affiliated. That's a problem from the get-go.
Cults are unstable.
Well, you're right. I'm not happy about that. Not really interested in involving other unknown parties. However, they have information that's useful for the situation and can reduce casualties. I'm interested.
Great. Please do not remember any names that I tell you. Without looking at my phone, I'm going to pull it out of my pocket upside down so it's facing a table. Keep the power button down so it opens up the Siri or whatever.
Oh, the assistant.
The assistant, and I'm going to ask it to call my in-laws.
This is going to be Patrick and Yolanda?
It will be.
Hey, remember that time you guys came to visit me yesterday? I need you to come back down.
It was like 4 hours ago.
Oh, was it really?
Yes.
So I imagine there was a little bit of a time skip in between there. Maybe it was like a day or so ago.
She came back from meeting the in-laws, got the text, said, Kim, I'll meet you at 2.
You said that she rode off into the sunset.
Oh, I was joking.
Okay.
But that's okay. It's been 12 to 24 hours.
Yeah. Who are you calling?
I am going to call Yolanda. Yolanda's the expert of their little group.
Okay. She's kind of been your surrogate mom.
Surrogate mom, my mentor. If there's ever any problems with monsters, that's generally who she calls first.
There's a brief ring, and then Yolanda picks up. Hey, Danielle.
Hi,
What's up?
you're on speaker. I'm in PARCS. Keep it general.
Hold on. I'm going to put you on mute here real quick.
Okay.
There's a few moments. Okay, I'm back. What's going on? It's been just a little bit.
Alice is
where?
here. I'm in PARCS right now because we're dealing with an evacuation of Gurney. 12,000 people.
We got to go back. What are we dealing with?
There was one that looked like Carlisle, the paramedic, the lady who was bleeding that I think Carlisle slipped through the mirror. She was behind a trash can or something. I don't remember. And there's probably a fourth one running around who looks like Joe and Kim.
Oh, yeah, he's one of the...
Researchers.
Yeah, he's one of the
He's
researchers.
a researcher.
Yeah, expert on
Keeping
dead
it
languages.
general. So 4.
We've probably got more that are unknown at the moment.
Where are you? What's your ETA?
They said that they were going to St. Louis.
They stayed in like OKC for the night.
Probably, yeah.
I like how you refer to it as OKC, like a normal Oklahoman.
Danielle is in
If
Oklahoma.
you call it Oak City, you might be an air traffic controller.
We're in Oklahoma City. We can probably get there in... Map says 3.5. We can probably make it in 2.5 hours.
Great. Hey, so how much do we know about Alice's again? As I ask the fiction and the keeper.
Are you trying to investigate a mystery?
I guess so.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go roll some dice. You haven't rolled any yet.
I have not.
Add +1 for Yolanda's skill.
So a 0. I got an 8.
Hey! There you go.
Woo! I haven't looked at this for so long. What am I doing?
You get one ask.
What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
What can hurt it? If we even know what can hurt it. Beyond like a rocket launcher. I'm sure decimating them, they'd probably die, but...
You're not far off there. Certainly your glaive. That's going to be the answer for most of the questions, but the standard answers seem to work. They are mortal, so cutting off the head, staking through the heart seems to work too. But you need something special. I think, what was it?
Are we dealing like vampire invasion here?
It's really similar.
I look to Ollie and I whisper, mirror vampires?
Maybe.
Huh. Weird.
Not a wooden stake, but maybe like an iron stake.
Okay, I think we've got some nail guns somewhere around here in the construction area.
That might work.
Real quick, how do we get rid of the ones that we encountered the first time? Beyond sheer luck.
Honestly, we didn't have a lot of luck when Mary showed up, but we had the supplies on hand. We were able to pin it down. We used the stake to pin it to the walls, and then we're able to get the head off. That seems to be the best way so it can't get away.
Decapitation generally gets rid of a lot of things.
You just got to make sure that it's really one of them and not a normal person.
Well, I wasn't worried about that until now, thanks.
They change shapes. They change to look like people.
I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight.
Have you had any food recently?
It's been an hour and I'm starving. I don't remember much from that night. And can I take away a stress from Danielle? She's very hungry. She can't rely on Mariana because everything is covered, delving into past, and she's getting real stressed.
Yeah, mark it. I'll give you a +1 to your next move. Danielle, just hold on. We'll be there. We'll pull out the books, see if we can find anything more on hand. We'll be there soon.
Thank you.
Find the first one, if you can. That might be able to help stop the spread.
Okay. Quick question. Have you ever heard of this riddle before? I'm going to say the riddle, but let Yolanda know that in between each sentence is going to be a nonsensical sentence.
Sure.
One goes in, bananas are cool. One comes out, I'm really hungry right now. Doubles grin, I sure hope Marshall comes back with those tacos. Troubles sprout in gardens. The in gardens is not real, but have you ever heard of that without all the random stuff in between?
No, I haven't heard that one.
I would not recommend saying it out loud. We don't know what it does. One last thing, red chess pieces. Anything?
No, haven't encountered that.
Cool. See you in 2.5 hours.
Be safe. She hangs up. Director Vance. So that's your expert? They're on their way?
Yes, sir. Please don't report them.
We'll see what we can do.
Thanks.
Let's cut to Val. You find yourself walking into a strange place that you've never been before. This is almost alien, but you've seen it before in war documentaries. Usually black and white pictures or jazzed up movies. This looks exactly like what you'd expect from the trenches in World War I.
We're in the trenches.
You are approaching the side of it. You can see the trenches ahead of you. There are barbed wire barriers. You start to see and hear explosions coming. Boom, 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 boom.
Now, you have explained before that sound works differently in the mirror world, or is it just...
That's just between inside and outside.
Okay.
Can't go through the barrier.
Does this seem more like a window as opposed to like physically a part of the mirror world?
It seems like what you'd expect to see here.
Okay.
It's muted, but only by distance.
Okay.
There is a trench before you, and you can hear the distant rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat of machine gun fire. Suddenly, in front of you and to the left, you see the top of a helmet. A man shouts up, "What the heck are you doing, Private? Get down here. You're going to get yourself killed."
Yeah! I'm going to duck down.
Are you ducking down into the trench or just ducking down on the side? You are above ground.
I guess ducking into the trench, because I'm assuming that's what they were implying.
Pulls you down. What have I told you about being up there? You're going to get yourself killed. Where's your weapons? Where's your equipment?
Congratulations, Val. You've been conscripted.
They disappeared in the last explosion.
Come on, quick. And he starts pulling you towards one of the little bunkers.
Is Helen still with me?
Yeah, she is wide-eyed. This is weird. The army commander, captain, something. You're not super familiar with military ranks.
No.
You don't know what he is, but he is leading you. Doesn't seem to be too weirded about who you are and seems to recognize you in some fashion.
Val is looking at herself and wondering if she looks different.
No, you look just as you normally do. He takes you down the trenches and you hear the machine gun fire going louder and louder. It's almost as if you become more involved in this scene. It's becoming more real as you stay in it. You see several soldiers coming by. Some are popping up for a moment, firing off a little bit. Some are resting, some are writing, some are eating. All are dirty and forlorn. And eventually, the soldier in charge hands you a weapon and a helmet. You'll have to do with this. We don't have a lot right now, and gives you some ammo. We're about to head out right now. Monty,
Yes, sir.
you're with me.
Do I see a young-looking Carlisle?
What does Carlisle look like in his youth?
What does he look like? I'm so interested.
There's not a whole lot to the dress wardrobe. It's military standard. There's a helmet. There's some hair with a lighter brown color that you've never seen because he's older, is graying, and most of the pigment from his face and head has been lost. There's fewer wrinkles, no beard, no mustache.
How old do you think he is?
Oh boy. Throw a dart at a board somewhere between 18 and 22.
A bit older than Val, but not much.
Baby-faced Carlisle.
Carlisle? Carlisle Montgomery?
Yeah, that's me.
You're not the right one we're looking for. Helen, I think we've jumped time.
We're time traveling? I thought you said it for just going to the mirror world.
I think the mirror world can access different points of time.
Cut the chit-chat, troops. We gotta head out.
How do I escape the World War I?
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Good news, everyone! We have young Carlisle who has no magic! Good luck!
Shall we do our end of session move?
Yeah. Did we complete the current mystery?
Nope.
No.
Not by a long shot.
I feel like we just keep expanding it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow I'll wheel these threads back together. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Have
no.
That's on me. I didn't put anybody in danger.
We're in the process. We're evacuating a town.
I woke up a raccoon and sent him on his way so that he wasn't in the way of the Alices that were following behind me.
I think the question is meant for, did you save someone from active danger?
Yeah.
Not...
Certain death, not uncertain death.
I'm trying, guys.
I know.
That's fair. That's
it's
fair.
okay. We've had a lot of good runs for the last mystery. We've had
I need
like
you to
3s
rephrase
and
that.
4s.
I need you to
You've had a
rephrase that
good
so
run.
it's not we've had a good run.
Sorry, we've had a good run of racking up the experience.
Did we learn something new and important about the monster or the disturbance?
We learned about its weakness, chopping off the heads, iron stakes, because they be fey vampires.
Yeah.
I don't know about fey vampires. We haven't said fey.
Sorry, that's going to be my new headcanon.
To be fair, if you chop the head off of anything, it's probably not coming back anyway.
Usually.
When in doubt, decapitation and gas leaks.
Rocket launcher.
There's your 2Ds, decapitation and gas leak doesn't start with E. I don't know what I'm talking about.
D&G, decapitation and gas.
Imagine that for an oil and gas company.
Oh. Oh no. You got one for that one.
Yay!
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Carlisle was in World War I.
Yup.
Was there anything else, such as like, what are you afraid of? Why do you fight the darkness? What are you willing to sacrifice to succeed? Or establishing things about their past or their methods?
Danielle sacrificed her family's anonymity.
Yeah, she's part of a group. Cultish things?
It'd be classified as a cult.
Monster hunting cult. And did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, there's a garden and a crossroads raccoon demon?
And a market and a culture and maybe something to do with time shenanigans?
The mirror world isn't just into our reality, but into all the realities and time periods.
Is it also possible that the only reason you encountered a World War I trench is because Carlisle is walking in the mirror world and that is a part of his past?
Yeah,
Could be.
that's what Val is starting to theorize. If they've not found Carlisle, but they found a Carlisle, and her app was tracking Carlisle, it has no way of differentiating the age that she's looking for.
Yeah. So that's 3 yeses. Everybody gets 2 experience points.
Oh, don't put that on the looks track. That's real bad.
Mark it in the right place.
That actually levels Carlisle up.
Hooray!
Same. Danielle also got leveled up.
Do you guys know what you're going to pick?
I do. Do you want me to say what Carlisle's going to level up with right now? Or do you want me to...
Yeah, if you know.
Carlisle is going to take a move from the professional playbook. Battlefield awareness. You always know what's happening around you and what to watch out for. Take +1 armor on top of whatever you get from gear.
Nice.
He's been out in the field, he's running around, he's doing some crazy things, and those old reflexes are starting to wake back up.
At one point, maybe he was the professional instead of the expert.
I think so. I feel like that seems to be the case, especially since we have now established he had a history as a soldier.
Yeah. This is great. I like it. Anything else?
I just realized I was handed a gun. Val doesn't do weapons, but she can weird science the crap out of it. And maybe she can make a sonic rifle. 'Cause
Ooh.
that is one of the gear on her character sheet. Fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Power Word Crit. We are incredibly grateful for all your support and listening to our ridiculous storytelling. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends, your family, tell everyone about us. That's the best way for us to grow and be able to continue telling great stories. You can follow us at Power Word Crit on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, and X. If you want, you can send us an email to powerwordcrit@gmail.com, and you can check out our website, powerwordcrit.com, for character art and other bios. Thanks.